This episode will truly change your life, and I really mean it like that, because I would have really loved to have known this years ago. So let's start. Remarkable opportunities. So have you ever heard about victim mode? Because there was a time when I didn't even realize that I was stuck in victim mode. I just thought life was unfair and I blamed others, complained about things I couldn't control, and wondered why nothing really changed. Until I realized that freedom begins the moment you take back your power. So this episode is for you if you have ever caught yourself saying, "Why is this happening to me?" If you often feel helpless, misunderstood, or like life is just happening to you instead of happening for you. So let's talk about what victim mode really is and how to stop it in your everyday thoughts. And also, most importantly, how to shift out of it to reclaim your joy, your power, and your inner peace. So what is victim mode really? Victim mode is a psychological state in which we unconsciously give away our personal power. It's when we believe that our circumstances, our past, or other people have control over our happiness. It's the mindset that says, "I can't do anything about this. They always treat me like that. Life is unfair. It's not my fault." And does this sound familiar? Because I think we have all been there. And if we haven't met yet, I'm Alex, host of the Remarkable Opportunities podcast. And if you want to know more about mental health and life's remarkable opportunities, then remarkabilize us and hit the subscribe button so you will never miss another episode. And victim mode is a very human coping mechanism, especially when you have gone through tough experiences, trauma, or environments where we truly didn't have power. But the problem is, if we stay in that mode for too long, we start to live from it. And we stop taking responsibility and we focus only on what we can change instead of what we can. And this creates a loop of frustration, resentment, and also disempowerment. And from a neurological perspective, remaining in victim mode activates the amygdala, the brain's fear center. And this keeps the body in a mild but chronic stress response, where cortisol levels remain elevated, reducing emotional flexibility and the ability to regulate effectively. So over time, this reinforces a feedback loop of helplessness. So what are the signs now that you are in victim mode? One of the first things is that victim mode is often subtle. And here are the common signs to watch for it. Number one is you constantly complain, especially about things outside your control, like the weather, your boss, the government, or other people's behavior. And blaming others instead of looking at your own role or choices, or for example, telling the same old stories of what happened to you over and over again without healing or reframing it. Another point is focusing on problems, not solution. Feeling powerless even when there is a choice. Waiting to be rescued, expecting others to change so you can feel better, or feeling like life is unfair or everyone else has it easier. So it's really important to say that victim mode does not mean that your pain isn't real. Because I have been in victim mode for years. And it's not about denying what hurt you, it's about realizing that staying stuck in that narrative keeps you small. And psychologist Dr. Martin Seligman, one of the founders of positive psychology, describes this state as learned helplessness, a condition in which a person believes they have no control over the situation, even when opportunities for change are available. And his research showed, and I think this is so interesting, that people in this mindset experience higher levels of anxiety, depression, and passivity. So when we live in victim consciousness, we are always reacting to life and not creating it. And this is so important. And according to Dr. Stephen Karpman's drama triangle, a psychological model, victim mode often pulls us into toxic relationship dynamics, or we either attract a persecutor. And this triangle keeps us in emotional drama where true resolution never happens. And I don't know if that happened to you, but those situations really happen so often to me. And victim mode also impacts our brain and our nervous system, because when we constantly think and talk from a place of disempowerment, we reinforce natural pathways that say, I'm not safe, I have no control, and as well as someone else has to change before I can feel better. And this is so important to know. But here's the truth, your nervous system doesn't calm down by controlling others. It calms down when you take aligned action, set boundaries, and meet your own needs. And recent neuroscience confirms this through the concept of neuroplasticity, because your brain adapts and strengthens the connections you use most. So if you habitually dwell in blame and powerlessness, those circuits grow stronger. But when you shift to a solution-based thinking and responsibility, your brain literally rewires for agency, resilience, and empowerment. And this is so important to know. So how do you shift out of the victim mode? Because I have been there for such a long time and I would have loved to know this years ago. So the moment you realize you have been operating in victim mode is really a powerful step, because it means you are becoming aware. And awareness, if you have seen one of my episodes, is the first step to freedom. And here is a practical way to shift. Number 1, pause and witness the pattern. So when you catch yourself complaining or blaming, pause and really ask yourself, is this in my control? And if not, let it go. And if yes, ask yourself, what's one small thing I can do right now? And then number 2 is take radical responsibility. And this doesn't mean blaming yourself. It means choosing to see yourself as the actor of your life and not the victim of it. And again, ask yourself, what part of this situation have I been tolerating? And then the next question is, what's my next aligned step? And studies on locus of control show that individuals with a strong internal locus, meaning they believe they influence their own outcomes, report higher levels of life satisfaction, better mental health, and also stronger motivation. So shifting from an external to an internal locus is a fundamental part of exiting the victim mode. And number 3 is change the narrative. So instead of saying they are always like that, try to say that's their behavior. What boundaries do I need to set? Or instead of saying I can't, you can say I can't do it yet. Or try, if you don't want to do it, I choose not. And here is why. And number 4 is empower your language. You have to know that words shape your reality. This is so important. So please choose words that expand you and replace, for example, I have to with I get to. And replace it's their fault with I'm responsible for my reaction. And the next step, number 5, is reconnect with your power daily. Make a list of what is in your control. Your mindset, your energy, your boundaries, your time, your environment, and your self-talk. And then focus your attention there. So always remember, victim mode is not your identity. It's a temporary state that you can shift out of. And this with awareness, intention, and compassion. And you are not powerless. And this is so important because I fought this for years. And you are not defined by your past. And also, you are not stuck. Because the moment you take your power back, your life begins to change. And I can tell you, since I actively stepped out of that victim mode, my whole life changed. And it truly feels powerful to know how strong you are if you choose to focus on yourself. This is really so important. So here's my invitation for you today. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask yourself, what is life trying to teach me right now? Or how can I rise even if this feels hard? Or what would my most empowered self do next? Or my 10x self? Because that's the energy that changes everything. And if this episode resonated with you, please share it with someone who also needs this message and who also needs to hear this. And tag me on Instagram or leave me a review or send me a DM with your biggest takeaway. And most of all, keep choosing your power. And also keep writing your story because you are the writer of your story. And also keep creating a life that's fully yours. If you want to know more about mental health and life's remarkable opportunities, then remarkabilize us and hit the subscribe button so you will never miss another episode.